Chuck Oliver, welcome to this week's Hidden Wealth Insight. So if I ask you the question, how long do you think you'll live? And of course, many people interpreting that question are going to say, well, depending on how I take care of myself, because predictably if I went to the gym, if I ate healthy, those things are predictable to prolong your life. But if I ask you, what are you doing to prolong your money life? What things are you doing that many people recently have shared with us, your friends and neighbors, just like yourself and myself, have come to this realization, wow, just like the predictability of health being exercise and eating properly, there's the predictability of making sure that you take care of the things that you can predictably take care of to increase a much higher probability of you outliving the avoidance of you outliving your money, but your money predictably outliving you. Those two things I teach you this coming Tuesday. Get the IRS out of your IRA. People have just flocked to learning this information. In fact, we've got a special bonus, a tax elimination analysis. Typically has a $500 value for the first certain number of people that register, attend, and meet. The first 50 actually we put out there. We just can't believe the number of people, and we can't believe the feedback from those people. Seeing just this past week, we saved a client in excess of over $700,000, is when clients said, taking these different pieces, piecing them together, putting them in the right order, such as when to file for Social Security and how to file, may seem somewhat elementary to all the different articles you're seeing. But then when you tie that into when you start distributing money out of your IRAs versus deferring them and avoiding the required distributions, folks, I want to teach you how to get taxes entirely out of your retirement predictably, all within our tax code, and show you how to do that without having to pay the tax to get your money converted tax-free, not out of your own savings. The second thing I want to teach you is that it's predictable that we're going to have, as we do cyclically, a correction and or the magnitude of a crash to our markets, especially with what I talk about, the Fed hype or the Fed hike of the Fed. They're masterful in manipulating interest rates, as they have now for 7 years at zero. But they're also even as much or more masterful in manipulating the media with this report of how robust the economy is, and then the revision of these reports showing next to nothing, because the end result is even opening these, what I call the federal floodgates to their maximum capacity, the economy has gone nowhere. Folks, the writing's on the wall. The market is going to eventually correct, because when the Fed says they're now not going to raise rates, it's going to continue to force people out of checking and savings, and continue to pump and blow up this bubble even bigger, to where this next crash many predict will be bigger than the last one of 08-09. Predictably, have upside with no downside to your savings, and you're not giving up performance for protection. If anything, ironically, you've had 2 to 3 times better performance when you have the protection of never losing when the market does lose. And it will lose, and it'll continue to lose. But eliminate the losses and get the IRS out of your IRAs. Get the government or the taxes out of your retirement savings. This coming Tuesday, go to solvemyretirement.com. That's solvemyretirement.com, or simply call 855-668-2928. 855-668-2928. This coming Tuesday, I will teach you, as one CPA called it, how to have the ultimate Roth IRA on steroids. But in this case, never worrying about a loss and never worrying about having to pay the tax to get it to a tax-free status. But you've got to take the time to learn. Now is the time to learn the new way to protect your retirement. Here's to you finding your hidden wealth solution.